Hello there, everybody. Welcome to my live new moon in Taurus co-creation meditation. And if you are stumbling on this video after I have created it, remember you are not doing that by accident. And it is a really, really powerful time for us to be coming together with this new moon in Taurus, because what we're going to be doing in this meditation is moving from our third dimensional construct of a society in our heads into a fifth dimensional construct. And we're particularly going to be focusing on our material needs and how we can move into a higher state of consciousness whilst also living in a physical reality. So if you're new to me, I'm RozyGlow. I channel divine grace, which is the power of revelation, the aha moments and the gifts that are freely given to us that allow us to make a shift in consciousness, to move out of a lack consciousness, a place of victim consciousness, of poverty consciousness, and to move into a place where we feel really empowered and sovereign in our own beings. If you like the sound of that, then please do hit the subscribe button and hit the notifications bell as well, so you know every time that I am creating a new video. And I promise I am putting new videos up every Friday for you, if not other videos in between. Hello, Cherie, welcome. So what is it I do? I support people to live as their higher selves, okay, and to live their life purpose. And as a multidimensional coach, what we do, or what I do and teach other people to do, is to maintain a high vibration so that fear is no longer living their life, running their lives. I also seem to have a problem with words today with this new moon. So what that actually means for us in this particular context is all about us moving out of the material world of debt, the material world of struggle, the material world of having to work really, really hard for things, and actually to move out of doing mode into receiving mode. So the way that these meditations actually work is that we start with a little cacao blessing. We're going to do that in a moment. And if you haven't got cacao, you can always purchase that from me. I do a little bit of talking at the start just to sort of trigger your imagination and to trigger an awareness of what we're actually going to be working with in the co-creation meditation. And then we're going to move into a blessing of all of our magical tools, which will be crystals, cards, anything that you work with, that you put on your altar or you use to work with the subtle body and the non-physical. And then we move into the co-creation meditation. Hey, Augustine, welcome. So our very wonderful multidimensional tarot reader is online with us now, Augustine. And if you would like to know more about what he does, then let us know. We also have Cherie with us, who is amazing at supporting people to elegantly exit from unhappy relationships and marriages. So if you want to know more about that, let me know. Hey, Sarah, and hey, Kate. Okay, so what are we going to be doing? Well, I've been talking a lot about this shift that we're going through. And obviously at this stage, everybody's still on lockdown internationally. And we've had an awful lot of time to think. We've had an awful lot of time to contemplate where we are and where we want to be. And we've also had an awful lot of time to have our brains done in with all the different conflicting information that's going on. And what I wanted to do was just to take a little bit from Jessica Del Mar's explanation of the third dimensional construct and the fifth dimensional construct of a society, of a consciousness, so that we actually have an idea of how we can co-create our personal paradise and our collective paradise. So if you don't yet have a notebook and pen, please grab one, because by the end of this video, what I'm intending for you and this end of this meditation is that you have both the right questions to ask and also the tools that you need to be able to start to create that reality of your dreams in your imagination, and then to start creating it in your physical reality. And it all starts with vibration. So we're going to be setting that vibration today. Welcome everybody who is joining. And yes, happy new moon in Taurus. So the video thumbnail, welcome to paradise. Okay, I hope you can see that and it's not upside down, but we are co-creating paradise on earth. That is our mission as super conscious beings, as beings who are living as divine humans here on earth, and remembering we are all ascended masters in training. Okay, so if you are resonating with that, you know you're in the right place. Let's just get on with the cacao blessing, and then I will talk you through the other bits. So I've got some lovely cacao love here. Ceremonial grade cacao is another multidimensional wonderful tool, as are the Oracle healing cards, which I will find. They're Leslie's over here, and also our crystals and our multidimensional tools that we're using through our co-creation. So if you want to know more about what it means to be multidimensional, check out my other videos and you'll get the picture. For now, let's just bring up our cacao to our hearts. Oh, we've got loads of graduates here from the last round of my Fearless, Empowered and Free to Be Me course. So welcome. They literally just graduated. Phenomenal phenomenal experience to guide with them. So let's join in together and let's show our power, everyone. Bringing your cacao up to your heart, taking a moment to close your eyes. If you haven't got any cacao, let's bring your hands to your heart and take a breath. Let's take a moment to remember that we're connecting with many, many souls at this point who hold the highest intentions for this planet, for humanity, for our universe. Take a moment to surround yourself in a bubble of love, a sphere of compassion, and invite the Cacao Diva into your heart as the spirit of unconditional, compassionate love, as divine wisdom, divine intent, and divine love. You can literally imagine a golden smile just beaming across your heart. And then you can release your hands from your heart and just allow that smile to beam out into your energy field, into this beautiful bubble of love that is your reality bubble. And let's place a reality bubble, a sphere of compassion around everybody who watches this video whenever you actually watch it. And now we'll just allow the new moon to sprinkle her lovely new moon energy, which, if you can imagine a crescent moon just pouring down, a shower of love light, a platinum silver shower of love light. And that pours down through our spheres, through the crowns of our heads, the one crown we each have, hopefully. And it merges with the golden love light that is emanating from our hearts. And the two together create a beautiful rose gold, which is a purification in itself. Just let your imagination do its thing, and don't worry if you can't see this. Just know it's happening. We're getting a little purification of rose gold love light. The masculine and the feminine united. The shadow and the light combined. And I don't know if you can feel the giddiness. There's a real sense of like excitement and positive expectation. So just welcome that. Open up to it. Breathe it in. Big sigh out. Send your breath down your body. Allow yourself to relax your bum muscles, your pelvic floor. Let the platinum and the gold and the rose gold flow through all the way into the earth. And let it spread around our planet. We grow roots around our beautiful planet. And we connect with each other through the crystalline grid, which is beneath our feet, beneath the earth, through our earth chakras. If you know the flower of life formation, this pattern, this geometric pattern, moves all around the planet. That's it. Just feel that love connecting. We all connect to each other. And feeling the love light that we've allowed to move through our bodies as acupuncture needles of love light, feeding it to the earth. Feel it pooling into the heart of Mother Earth, the womb of Mother Earth, for they're the same thing. And then the energy builds, and it builds so strongly that there's a spinning vortex of energy right in the heart of our planet. It just explodes like a love bomb and sends that energy back up through our bodies, out through the crowns of our heads and out through our hearts, down our arms, beaming this energy all around as we connect through the human heart grid as well. The divine human heart grid to each other. Oh, that feels amazing. Thank you. Just to anchor our intention to fully be able to dream up our fifth dimensional construct of reality. The new world that we are seeding and building with our imagination, with our passion. May we each have clear visions, both for the personal and the collective. And to energize this and help make it happen, we'll send the vibrational sound Ma into the earth, Om into the universe, and An from our hearts out to each other. Deep breath in. Ma. When you're ready, bow your head to your lovely heart, smile on your face, gently open your eyes and come back. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so we can drink up. And I want to start with a little bit of gratitude. Like, the weather has been amazing, right? We've been so blessed, even though we've been in lockdown. And you know, I've made some videos recently about polarization, about, you know, the fact that at the moment there seems to be a lot of divide. And if you think about the fact that we had the full moon in Libra, that was all about uniting our masculine and our feminine. And it was about moving out of either or into and this and more. So this is probably the biggest shift between third dimensional consciousness and fifth dimensional consciousness. And that is that in 3D, and I will talk a little bit more about this, but in 3D, we are separate from our shadows. We don't acknowledge our shadow. We don't acknowledge the fact that there is dark to light and light to dark. And so there is this sense of duality and separation. It can only be right. It can only be wrong. There can't be both sides in one. So if I give you an example of this, it would be like, let's just say that I have a desire to serve. I love to serve, all right? I love to be here with you. I love to share what I do. Now, the shadow side of that could be that I like being needed. I need validation. I need the response from you to feel like I'm worthwhile as a human being. Now, I don't believe those things motivate me, but before they came to light, before I brought those things up into my life, I was fearful that my reasoning for being in the public or doing the work that I do was because I was basically really insecure and just needed people to tell me how great I am, right? So this is an example I'm giving you. But by bringing it all to light and recognizing that actually I had a real passion to serve, and it had nothing to do with my insecurities or my need to be validated from outside. It was really about being full up and wanting to share. I had to accept that there was also a part of me that was empty or was disconnected and wanted to get energy from the outside in, okay? So you never deny something, you just allow it to be there. And that includes doubt, that includes fear, that includes anxiety, that includes anything that you feel is a problem in your life. Instead of trying to separate yourself from it and shake it away from you, bring it in, okay? And this is the work we're going to be doing in the first part of the co-creation meditation, is we're going to be letting go of our attachment to things from the third dimensional construct. So if we kind of just say a little bit more about this whilst we're drinking the cacao. In Jessica Del Mar's construct, and again, I recommend you see her videos, and I'll put a link to these two videos because she's doing a series and they're very helpful. But she's talking about the fact that the old world that we basically left behind when we moved into isolation, it was triggered by corona, okay, this big scary thing that no one could see but was really, really dangerous. So we all had to separate from each other and hide away. Now you could say that was a fear motivation, but if you actually look at this from another level, the higher octave of it, so the fifth dimensional perspective around it, was what we were given was an opportunity to separate from a life that we were just living on autopilot and not really questioning. And also to forcibly have to separate from our connections from everybody and getting our energy from each other. And actually, we've been given an opportunity, some more than others, because some are in more isolation than others, as in, I've got two people in this house with me, but you may only be on your own, to actually deeply establish our connection to source. Because all of this, whether it's 3D or 5D and 4D being the bridge in between, is about our connection to source. So as I've been tuning into my guidance about this, what I see is this. In simple terms, we are not just our physical beings, okay? You may believe, and that's okay if you do, that we have purely evolved from apes and from mammals, whether they're water mammals or whether they're on land mammals, and somehow we have developed the brains and the consciousness that we have. That's one possible narrative. Another narrative is that we are not just physical beings. We have soul consciousness, we have star consciousness, and we actually come from other places. Earth is a school. This planet is a planet of free will, or at least it was meant to be. Somewhere along the lines of creating a planet of free will, some beings that wanted to learn about control and power and where that can actually take you decided to hijack this planet of free will, because you've got to accept in this particular version of what might be possible and true that as souls, we are eternal. As physical beings, we are ancient, right? But as souls, we are eternal. So what that means is that we may well come from a star constellation like Sirius or the Pleiades or Orion. There are others as well, but just to sort of give you an example. And we have a place we call home, and home is ultimately source. It is the oneness of all that is, love, the purest vibrations of love. But we cannot possibly know we are source and we are one with source until we separate ourselves from source and then begin a journey of trying to repatriate, to reconnect with source. So in this example, the beings that would want to control and basically be powerful and exert their power over others would be entities that have separated from source and are experiencing their evolution through being in a place where they are devoid of spirit. They are the opposite of source. They are devoid of life force. They're actually seeking to receive their energy through fear, through creating fear. And if you've seen the film Monsters, Inc., I think it's a really good example of that, in how we could basically, we're each energy cells, okay? Each one of us is basically 100 trillion cells of 100 trillion cells. Yeah, basically vibrating to a frequency. So whether you're vibrating to a frequency that is love-based or a frequency that is fear-based, fear is just the other side of the coin, okay? It is love, well, source devoid of love. It is energy, but expressed in a different form. In the same way that you could say anxiety and excitement are basically the same nervous system response in the body. It's just the way that we interpret it that's different. So again, where you go with this, some of you are going to see a lot in what I'm saying. Others are going to be getting confused. So what I'm seeking to achieve in this explanation is that we are moving from a world of duality consciousness. We're moving from a world where we believe we are separate from source, where the only things that are real are the things that we can rationalize with our logical minds, with our five senses, the things that we can see. Even though we've already got experiences in life of things we can't see that are powerful, like electricity, for example, or a virus, for example, right? We're learning now that just because we can't see something, it doesn't mean it's not real. And this is where it takes me back to my exploration of our star families and our soul consciousness. Just because we can't tangibly prove something at this point doesn't mean it's not real. And in my delvings, which started from very young in my life, the idea that we were souls and we had soul consciousness and we were incarnating on this planet in order to have a physical experience and to learn how to co-create physically, because in non-physical, we can create just through our thoughts and we can create instantly. But in the physical realm, we have a time delay because we have certain rules on this planet, if you like, governed by gravity and time actually being linear. It's not really, but we have the illusion of it on this planet. So what we're all being given the opportunity to do at the moment is to upgrade our consciousness from what we think is real, because that's the only thing we can see, to being able to experience things before they actually happen, to get into a vibrational state before something actually happens, and to then be able to co-create it because of our positive expectation. So if we went back to the duality construct, we'd say there is those people who are basically governed by fear and make all of their decisions based on their programming, their conditioning, which is fear-based, because as a biological creature, we have been wired to survive. Our biology is wired to survive, not to thrive, because for a very, very, very long time on this planet, we have been suppressed. It hasn't been a planet of free will. We've had to learn the hard way many, many times. So there's been a lot of struggle involved. So that's the vibration we've passed from one generation to the other. Now what we're doing is we are moving out of that into a place where we're learning to co-create our reality consciously, where we are learning that we don't need to be in a state of duality. We don't need to be in a state of fear. We can actually create in another way, and we can choose to thrive and to create from a full cup rather than an empty cup, and therefore to change our cellular memory. And the cellular memory that we'll be passing on to the next generations will be one of positive expectation rather than looking for danger. Okay, so If you have any questions on this, let me know, okay? But I'm going to just go into explaining a little bit more about the 3D construct and how the 5D construct is different, because that will help you then to start to co-create your new reality. And always remember, it's not either or, it's and this and more, okay? So with Taurus, it's all about certainty. We'll come to that in a minute. What seemed to be the pillars of the third dimensional frequencies and the old world that we were living in before Corona, before being at home, was basically the 4 pillars of religion, public health or healthcare, education, government and politics. Now, these 4 pillars were kind of separate but connected to each other, but in such a way that we were always giving our power away to an external authority. Everyone has had to fit into a box, okay? You don't have lots of different types of education for people. You have one type of education. You don't have lots of different types of healthcare. You have one type of healthcare. You do have different types of religion, and that's why we have so many wars. But in terms of the government and the politics, you know, again, you will have party politics and you will have governments. They're different governments around the planet, but the way they govern is to control through, well, you could say fear mongering, but certainly the idea is that we have to give our power away to our governments, that we are not in a place where we're electing leaders that really inspire us. We're making a choice between one possibility and another, neither of them being particularly appealing. And what we've learned from experience is that generally what is said and what happens are not the same thing. So there's this sense of the fact that there's always been, this is allowed and this is wrong, okay? This is right and this is wrong. That's what the third dimensional reality was all about. And it's also governed. So if you think about the blood of that system, it was the financial system based on loss, based on lack, based on some people having lots and other people not having enough. And that's, again, the duality, the polarization. And also the entertainment of that particular construct is the media, the mainstream media as we know it, which if you actually just think about what you see on the television, from the news to soap operas to entertainment in terms of movies, what really sells? Other than rom-coms, what you have is thrillers, actions, scary movies, dramas, right? What are soap operas about? None of them are happy. Most of them are all about basically struggling and the dramas and the struggles of life on Earth. And then you have the news, and the news sells and people tune into it because it's full of stuff that make us go, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So if you think about your vibration, what does that mean? Are you in a state of grace and happiness and joy all of the time? Do you wake up excited to turn your phone on and go, oh, I wonder what good news is coming up today? Most of us are like, oh, I wonder what's happening. And we don't set our vibration and we have more of that. So what's the 5D? Well, the 5D is basically us moving into a place where instead of having those 4 pillars, instead of religion, we have spirituality. So we welcome all different spiritualities as basically being an expression of our connection to source. And instead of saying this is right and this is wrong, we say we're all entitled to love source in our own way. What we do is we seek to not harm others, harm ourselves, or harm the environment through the way that we are devoted to the divine in us, okay? Then instead of having, I've written it down as I'm looking at it, healthcare, you would have well-being. You would have systems of well-being. So think of this in terms of a world model. You would actually be moving away from the idea that there's only one system, like the allopathic system. What you would move into is a construct where you would have integrative formative medicine, where you'd be able to say, okay, for treating emergencies, we have this system, which might be allopathic, but we also have Ayurveda, we have homeopathy, we have Chinese medicine, we have herbalism, we have naturopathy. We have all of these different ways of working with the body-mind system. We recognize we're not just biomechanical creatures, we are energy beings as well, which we are. We emit an energetic frequency. And therefore, we're in a position where we can be selective in terms of our healthcare. And we, instead of saying everybody has to do this, we say what is right for you. It's selective care, okay? And that's really important because when you talk about both 5G and vaccines are not the only way to protect the population at large. In fact, I would suggest that they are a very limiting way of doing it that has a lot of potential consequences, that we could actually look at other models, including, for example, populating the microbiome, which is in our guts, okay? Like making sure our guts are healthy, because if our gut is healthy, we're generally going to be immune to everything in a completely different way to just targeting specific viruses that we know mutate. Okay, so that's an example. 5G would be another example. We'd say, okay, the idea of us being connected to each other globally and having this instant access is wonderful. What can it be used for in the positive? What can it be used for in the negative? What are the potential side effects and potential risk factors? Instead of denying they're there, let's bring them to the surface and let's find solutions. And if it seems as though some powers have negative agendas around this, let's bring that to the table and address it and ask them to be accountable. In the end, we can feel the difference in our hearts between something that is right and something that is wrong. So know that this area here connects you to your superconscious, to your higher self. It can also connect you to your pain. Okay, so remember that moving with our heart energy, we want to always activate our higher consciousness before we trust our hearts, because our hearts can also be very related to our fear programming and basically trying to keep us away from anything other than what we know. And they will respond in such a way that they get anxious anytime we're stepping beyond our comfort zone. That's why it's so important to know how to work with your superconscious and how to move through the uncomfortable comfort zone as you're moving through it, encountering resistance, knowing what that means. This is all training for our superhuman selves, our divine human selves. This is the stuff I teach through my coaching. Okay, educational support instead of education systems. Okay, so here we recognize we're all individual, unique. We all have different talents, and actually we should each be encouraged to follow the things that we're passionate about, rather than feeling everybody has to have the same start in life. Yes, we all do need basics. We need to learn how to live in harmony with our environment. We need to learn, hello, darling. We need to learn how to live in harmony with each other. We need to learn how to have healthy relationships. We need to learn how to be in harmony with nature without destroying nature. We need to know how to deal with our own well-being and how to manage ourselves when we're feeling out of alignment, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and psychologically. And we also each have different passions and talents that we should be encouraged to explore, because we haven't all come here as a blank slate. We've all come here with different curriculum, different soul curriculum to explore. So imagine if we all loved going to school, if we all loved learning new things, if the way that we learned them, we were supported to learn them, was so enjoyable that it was just a constant desire to learn and grow all aspects of our being, not just our intellect. So I'm hoping this is starting to give you a sense of the world that we can co-create together. And then leadership. If we actually look at leadership, what we're talking about here is being really inspired by our leaders, like basically in ourselves, knowing that the part of us that is driving us isn't our programming, isn't our fear-based conditioning. It's actually our higher selves that we've put at the wheel of our own vehicle. And as a result of that, we start to see leaders sprouting up that are transparent, accountable, that can lay out their plans, can lay out the potential pitfalls that ultimately we feel really blessed to have in our lives, and we are willing to align with, or they are aligning with us because we're already in alignment, and they represent for us our unity consciousness, what we've created together. At the moment, our leaders basically represent our duality consciousness and our separation. Thanks for the hearts, Chloe. Okay, I could go on forever, and I know you want to go into this meditation. So let's just talk very, very quickly about how you co-create your personal paradise and also the collective. Well, I hope that the idea that this 5D construct is way more appealing than the 3D reality we once had. What I'm inviting you to consider is when we do start stepping back out again, and I do feel that's imminent, by the way. I mean, we've been in for a long time, but there'll start to be this sense of stepping out and even questioning what it all was about in the first place. That is all coming, and it's already come to a degree. Instead of duality, instead of this is good about me and this is bad about me, we come into a place where we integrate our shadow. And I've given this example many times. If you have a dark room and you light a match, there is always light in that room whilst that match is lit, right? Or you have a candle lit. That means the shadow becomes light just by bringing light to it. You bring light to it, and therefore it doesn't have power anymore to destroy the things that you want. when you are in a brightly filled room and a shadow casts itself, it's still a brightly filled room, right? It's just got a shadow in it. So you recognize the shadows, but you allow yourself to focus on the light. So what is the world we want to go out to? How do we want things to be different when we go out there? This is your and my collective responsibility to dream up, not to be focused on how much longer we're going to be in confinement, how much longer this is going to go on for, what terrible things might happen. It is our time now to go, how do I want my life to be different? How do I want life in the collective to be different? And I've already just given you examples. So I'm hoping that you'll come to understand as well that although the financial system has been a big part of the duality construct and keeping people stuck, money in itself is not a bad thing. And I see so many light workers and light warriors struggle with money because they think it's a bad thing, because it's part of the financial system that is the third dimensional construct and reality consciousness that has held us hostage and in victim consciousness and in lack. But in itself, you can look at money as just energy. All right. We can look at it now as the energy of gratitude. We can look at it as the currency of gratitude, that we are willing to pay for things that we want, that we are willing to give energy to the things that matter to us, that we always have an infinite supply of whatever we want. And as a way of showing what we're aligned with, we direct our resources towards what we believe in. If more of us who have a positive intention and a higher vision have way more money, just think about how much we can do for those who don't have money and how we can support them to move out of a lack of resources into a place of autonomy, into a place where they start to see a different truth in their lives and they start to do the very work that we've done ourselves to move from lack to wholeness. Do you get the difference? So it's almost our duty to make sure that we honor our worth and we step forward and do what we're really here and meant to do, rather than constantly pushing it away. And we always ask our higher selves to lead the way and to tell us how we can go about doing this. So as we work into this new moon energy in Taurus, the question is, Taurian energy is all about the material, about the tangible, about the what is certain, okay, what is in the physical reality. So this is your opportunity now. If you've ended up on furlough, or you've ended up with your income being dropped, or you've ended up losing clients, or you've ended up in a place of lack because of this situation, what do you want in order to feel stable and secure? What do you want to gift yourself? How much more money do you need a month? Are you happy in your home, or would you like to be living somewhere else? What are the key things that matter to you in order for your well-being to be balanced? Like, start to honor your truth rather than trying to suppress yourself to fit into something else. We're all learning to be self-sufficient. We're all learning to not drain the resources of this planet. We're all learning that there is plenty for everyone if we distribute it differently. And if more of us have more that have a good intention, we know that our intention is to share what we have and to make more resources available to others. Now, that's very different to someone that would want more and more and more, but is coming from a place that they want to hold that more and they don't want to give to anyone else. So they'll always have more but keep others in lack. You see the difference? So with the Taurian energy, what are the gifts you want to give yourself? And if you know what you want to give, please put it in the comments. You can actually just share what you want to energize. But some things I invite you to contemplate is feeling like there's a constant flow of all that you need coming to you. So having plenty of time to finish things off, having time to rest, having time to enjoy, having time to party, like whatever the things that you enjoy, having time to exercise. Then when we talk about the resource of love, feeling fulfilled in our relationships, feeling as though we have all of the physical connection that we want, feeling as though we have the heart connection with our friendships and our relationships and our significant others that really reflects the fulfillment that we want to have, feeling as though we have good relationships with our elders and with our descendants and with our peers, and that we're able to deal with differences beautifully with a heart-centered approach, rather than trying to bully one opinion over another into one being submissive and the other winning. Like, there's room for everything, and it's about bringing to the table our expertise, honoring what we each know, and then recognizing that others know lots themselves and to honor that as well. So what do you want your relationships to look and feel like? What do you want more of? Really important to recognize that. And then when it comes to the material and the physical, what are the things that you want in your life that you don't have? Do you want I don't know, another car or a bike so you can cycle places? Do you want a car that runs on hydrogen rather than on petrol? Do you want more light in your house? Do you want to declutter? What are the things that matter? Just going to see what we got here. Want to introduce, so Irina's saying, want to energize freedom of movement, committed, loving relationship, and financial abundance. And then Chloe's saying, I'm using the Taurus energy to plant the seeds for a career path in alignment with my divine self. That's great. So I'm going to take both of those as an example. I'm just going to deepen it a little bit because we have concepts, but we have to go deeper with those. Okay, so with Irina's example, freedom of movement. Okay, what does freedom of movement mean for you? Does that mean that you're just comfortable in your body? Or does that mean that you can go anywhere in the world? What does that actually mean? If you bring it down, what does it mean? Being able to go outside again? Okay, so she's saying, I want to buy woodland and build a house there. Great. So then we get into a committed, loving relationship. And we say, well, what does a committed, loving relationship mean? Because for me, a committed, loving relationship means that I am with my partner, I'm living with them, we are building our dreams together, and that we actually don't want to be with other people, we want to be with each other. But for other people, it might be a different story, right? They might want to be together and also with other people, but they are committed to each other. So what does a committed, loving relationship look like to you? What is it that makes your heart sing when you think about it? For me, it's having lots of physical contact. It means being wrapped around my partner. It means when we sleep at night, it means lots of kissing. It means lots of cuddling. It means lots of intimacy. It means lots of fun. What does it mean for you? Because we're all different. Okay, we don't all need exactly the same things. In basic level we do, but beyond that, other things. And then financial abundance. Okay, what does financial abundance mean? To one person, that might be just always having some money in the bank. To another, it might be having 5K in the bank every month. To another, it might be 10K. It might be 20K. One of my teachers was telling me that one of the people she knows gets twitchy if he has less than 10 million pounds in his bank account at any one time. So for each of us, lack and abundance means different things, but you kind of have to put a number on it and then see where you're at, because until you really align with your truth, what you want isn't going to come to you. Very often we settle for things we think we want, or we have an expectation of something higher than that actually isn't what we really want. We're very content with a lot less. I might have goals to like amass millions of pounds, but I have projects in my mind that I want that for, that I want to be able to self-finance without being dependent on finance from others. But again, I say that, and that might just be my excuse. It might just be that I want to see if I can create it. It doesn't matter. Everything is coexisting at the same time. What do you want to energize? Bring it all to the table. Then when we have Chloe's example, career path in alignment with my divine self. Okay, so then what you have to ask about that is, what does your divine self like to do? What things do you do, and how do you feel when you feel that you're in alignment with your divine self? And what are things that you do in your life that actually make you feel that you're aligned with your divine self? Because that's going to give you a sense then of what that career path might look like and what you might be doing in your career. So you see how it's important to dig a little bit deeper and take those initial concepts and just go a little further. Right. You right away, darling. Yeah, I know. Many of us actually feel challenged to define a specific number in terms of money because we actually feel bad for wanting more. And again, this comes up to the idea that it's greedy to want to have an abundance of all good things, but it's not. The kingdom of heaven, as put forward by the Christian faith, is full of plenty of everything you could possibly want. Other religions also talk about going to Nirvana or going to Mecca or going to, was it Van Halen? I think that's right. Yeah, where everything you could possibly want is there in abundance. Well, we're here to create that here. So how much is abundant for you? Just give yourself a chance to explore that. It will be more than what you currently have. But how much more would make you feel like you've got so much you can just constantly keep giving? And it's a joy to give. And you can also have enough time and resources and contacts to be able to share what you do with the world. Let's get on with the meditation, folks. I hope that just gives you enough to work with it, okay? Because if you work with it, you will start to, 1, dream a dream for yourself, and 2, dream a dream for the collective. And that's what we're here to do as powerful co-creators. So without further ado, let's do it. So you can write down, you know, what your dreams are, and then start to dig deeper and see what they're actually going to look like in your life right now. And you can review that every month, okay? Rubbing your hands together, having a little shake, and then just reach up and just yawn your body just a little bit. Just yawn it awake. Make space. Now, bring in awareness of your magical tools. I've got my crystals all around. And I've got, in particular, what on earth is that? Making a very weird noise on my computer. Might be the crystals. Oh, there we go. Always just give it a bash. So we've got citrine, we've got peacock ore, we've got the clear quartz wand, which is infinite love, and we've got celestite, which is your divine blueprint. These are the ones that have come to me today. So I'm going to cleanse those along with cleansing magical tool cards. So let's just see what card comes for us. I feel like this is going to be quite a fast meditation because there's been a lot of preamble. Let's just see which is the card. So much energy coming through. It's insane. I knew it was going to be this one. This keeps coming up. So this is be open to all possibilities. I will read this for you at the end, okay? These are Leslie Sloan's Oracle Healing cards. They're absolutely phenomenal. Actually, I'll read it as we go into the meditation. Let's just get that for you here. Apologies. Let's just do the cleanse, and then I will read that out for you as we tune in, okay? So when you're ready, just place your hands over the things that you want to energize and cleanse. Take a moment to close your eyes. And please repeat after me. I am all that is. I am the one self I am. I am that I am. I cleanse these crystals and magical tools to renew their power so they may bring peace and harmony and benefit all of humanity. I command that all unhelpful, lower frequency energies be taken to where they can be transmuted into pure love and light. So only the purest vibrations of love and light exist within these crystals and magical tools for the highest good of all. And so it is, and so it shall be. Aho. Beautiful. Okay. So just take a moment. You can connect one hand to your heart, one to your lower belly or your solar plexus. And please do repeat after me. I am Mahatma. I am Mahatma. I am Mahatma. I am a multi-dimensional being of love and light. I am the source of my creations. I am the creator of my reality. I am sovereign. I am creator. I am free. I am aligning with Earth's ascension paradise timeline. I am commanding an axiotonal alignment with my divine design timeline. I am surrendering my programming to my soul truth. I am co-creating my personal paradise with grace and with ease, in alignment with the win-win-win in everything and the highest good of all. I am divine inspiration. I am divine passion. I am divine joy. I am divine delight. I am open to all possibilities that align me with the divine. I am aligned with the divine all of the time. I am co-creating my 5D reality here on the 5D Gaia reality of Earth. I am that I am. Just let yourself release the hands. There's a lot of support coming through our star family at the moment. So call in your star family, even if you don't know who they are. Trust that they are beings of love light. Call in your soul family, all the ancestors that are supporting your evolution. Call in your guides and your teachers. Call in all of the beings that are supporting this shift for all of humanity. Call in your intuitive abilities. And call in the willingness to allow old perceptions to shift. So you can truly see through eyes of love. Just ask the question, what does me as my 5D self look like and feel like? How does my 5D self feel? And just allow the images to come about. So just giving yourself a sense of feeling what it's like to be free. Freedom of movement. What does it feel like to be able to go anywhere you want? Always have the resources to go there. What does it feel like to know that you do feel truly safe in this world because you're co-creating it, and you're co-creating a world that resonates with the internal security that you feel, the internal stability that you've created. This deep trust that everything you need always comes to you. All you have to do is ask. All you have to do is have an inner dialogue. Just allow yourself to receive these downloads because they're coming through. If you allow yourself to soften the boundaries of your skin, all of the information you need is being given to you now. It's being downloaded. So it's being downloaded as colors, as feelings, sensations, emotions, relief, excitement, positive expectation, delight, easefulness, flow. How about having that sense you're a magnet for everything you really want and need? So whatever you're passionate about, there is a way to align with it and co-create it, and you're being given the information now. And as you're receiving all of this, whatever colors are coming, trust. Please remember that you are surrounded by a sphere of compassion. And if you're new to these spheres, what they look like are multi-dimensional, vibrating spheres of love light. And the wall of the sphere is made of trillions of little spheres, all spinning on their own axis. And there are spheres within spheres within spheres. So they're concentric spheres. This is your virtual reality. And what you're going to be doing through this meditation is adjusting the vibration of what's within you so that it is reflected all around you. And anything you release will be transmuted into pure love and compassion. So ground deep into your pelvic floor, ground deep into your earth chakra, feel yourself grounded and rooted. And now create a replica sphere of compassion in front of your face. And we're now going to release into that sphere anything that's out of alignment with our fifth dimensional reality, with our sense of the world we want to live in, the experiences we want to have. So any limiting perceptions. And in particular, I'm going to ask you to let go of your attachment to beliefs that keep you stuck in the old paradigm. You don't even need to know what they are. But they can be things like life is a struggle, or don't count your chickens before they've hatched, or save your pennies for a rainy day. All of these things, like, they're good advice. Well, apart from the struggle one, there's a goodness in it, but they're very limiting. How about there's always an abundance of all I need? We want to create this reality. There's always an abundance of all I need. I can just pull it to me, draw it to me. I don't have to hold on to things. So let go of the attachment to holding on to things. Just let it all go. And then let go of the attachment to pain stories. Let go of the attachment to pain in your body, to old wounds, emotional wounds, to thought forms that bring pain about you or the world. Hello. Let go of any sense of separation from source, any sense of conflict between trying to find a belief that allows you to unite with God, with source. Like, let it all go. You are source. We all are. And then let go of the attachment to understanding everything with your brain, with your finite mind. The logical, conscious bit of you can't possibly understand everything. Your soul can. Divine mind can. You can tap into that. But trying to understand the infinite nature of the universe and the multiverse, little humility. Just let it go. The need to understand everything. You don't need to understand or know everything. We're all knowing. We can tap in when we need to. And let go of the attachment to right and wrong. Let go of the attachment to black and white. Let go of the attachment to duality as a way of defining. You can see different shapes in the same space. So it's all coexisting. Just choose the shape you want to focus on. And please also let go of the attachment to who you think you are. Just allow yourself to let go of the idea that you are something specific other than an expression of love. Let go of your personality. Let go of your triggers. Let go of the need to always be right or the fear that you're wrong. Let go of the need to control in order to feel safe. And anything and everything attached to lack, separation, suffering, and victim consciousness in general, powerlessness. And we release these all from our cellular, molecular, atomic, and subatomic memory. from the waves and particles of our quantum field and photon stream, from our physical, etheric, emotional, mental, and astral bodies in all dimensions and all space and time. Just let it all go. None of that is your 5D self. We're going to bring down now the platinum flame. I am the platinum flame. I am the platinum flame. I am the platinum flame. Just receive this through the moon. Like, just imagine that crescent moon pouring down through our sun and then down through the crown of your head. Whoa, that's it. All the way down through your body into the earth, straight into the heart of Mother Earth. And then send it out around the grid, back up and from your heart into the sphere. And instantly, that sphere transmuted into pure platinum love light. So particles of platinum love light going into that sphere, loving up all of those distortions of truth until you just have a platinum sphere, shimmering, shining, pulsing. And it's calling you in. This is a portal, okay? So we're going to just anchor that quickly. So anchor, lock, and seal. Just repeat after me. Recalibrate, align, balance, and harmonize. For graceful and gentle integration and full expression in our physical reality and all relevant dimensions of our beingness, all space and all time. I just want you to recognize before you step into it, you've let go of the questions of what's real and what's not real. You've let go of needing to believe something specific. Just allowing yourself to believe in the power of love. And so creating a rainbow bridge, just allowing yourself to step into the portal of your purified soul self, seed self, star seed self. All of the codes in that platinum frequency as you step in will then be absorbed by your physical body. So step into it, let the sphere expand all around you. Just allow yourself to absorb those platinum frequencies into the spaces that before now were filled with the density of 3D consciousness. And just notice that the center of the sphere that was like a spinning vortex is now in your heart. That's your heart. And so what we're doing is loving up all layers of our beingness. So we're glowing platinum. And we're inviting the rainbow flame into our sphere now. So the rainbow flame is full of the crystalline codes that awaken our 12-stranded DNA. This means we become fully awakened in our light bodies. We have our human physical self, and we have our energetic self. And through connecting with the rainbow flame, our higher self, our divine consciousness, takes the wheel, takes control, leads the way. So just claim it. I am the rainbow flame. I am the rainbow flame. I am the rainbow flame. Receive it straight through your body, around the planet, into her heart and back up through you. And then out through the crown and out through the heart. It's particularly working on the right side of our bodies, on the masculine aspect of our consciousness. The platinum was working on the feminine side, the left side of the body. The two are merging together. And if you look around your sphere now, it's full of spheres spinning in the wall of your sphere, shimmering rainbow and platinum frequencies. Now your sphere is your virtual reality, so bring to you the things that you really want. Bring to you into your sphere the existence already of the you that has what you want, has achieved what you want, is vibrantly healthy, deeply happy and in love, has a strong connection to source, has an abundant flow of all that one needs, no lack, no limitation, no constraint, and a very strong sense of purpose, what each of us is here to do. And we spend our days doing it, loving it, sharing it with others in a way that's fun. We've all got loads of time to goof off, to play, because we know that playing raises our vibration. We dance, we sing, we listen to music, we go out and enjoy the ocean and the sun and nature. We build things, we connect with others. The excitement is how much more eco-friendly can we make this? How much more sustainable can we make this? How much more value can we give? You can feel the excitement, right? And let's just bring down the gold, sorry, not the golden, it's the diamond flame wants to come through. So shimmering diamonds just coming through your body into the earth. And just seeing now that reality of watching the news and it being full of positive things. At any time we're alerted to a problem, we're each being guided to pray and to share our intentions and to share our knowledge and our wisdom. Like we're all part of it. We're all participating. We wake up and when we tune into anything we tune into, we are immediately bombarded with positivity. We value every season, but we really get lots of the sunshine, lots of nature. We love going to work, or we work from home. We love our work. We love our families. We're all giggling and thriving. We're able to reach out to those who are not and to support them, to heal their pain, to teach them how to heal themselves and empower themselves. We also accept when those are not ready to move out of limitation and want to stay where they are and respect that. We don't force anything. We are the example. Just let yourself receive this. And let's just connect our spheres to each other. So everyone's got a rainbow, platinum, and diamond sphere. Can you take your energy to your sacral chakra, please? So womb space, doesn't matter what your gender is and what organs you have, we all have an energetic womb space. And I want you to fill it with the platinum, the rainbow, and the diamond energy. Take it down into your root chakra, and down into your earth chakra, but really feel these three chakras just fueling your dreams, your passions, being a magnet for the best opportunities to align you with your divine truth and divine path. Each and every one of us receives the information we need to co-create this new reality, the actions we need to take, our personal part of the puzzle. And feel that move through your solar plexus, divine desire, divine passion, and up through your heart, and up through your throat, so you're not fearful of expressing this truth and excitement, up through your third eye, crown, soul chakra, and well up through the stellar gateways, the galactic gateways, the cosmic gateways, through all layers of our Mahatma. And just see yourself now, exactly where you want to be. See yourself now enjoying the very things that matter most to you. feeling amazing in your body, vibrantly healthy, vibrantly wealthy, and happy. May all beings in this universe be happy and at peace, free from suffering. May all beings in this universe know what it feels like to be deeply loved and cherished. May we all know fulfillment. May we all know what it means to thrive. May we each be delighted by life. I am commanding on the behalf of everyone in our collective an axiotonal alignment with our fifth dimensional consciousness and frequencies, with all of our material needs being met in this physical reality in abundance. Literally, the value of receiving so that we can give, and the knowing that as we give, we receive. And I command this process continues until completion. Anchor, anchor, anchor. Recalibrate, align. Balance and harmonize. For graceful and gentle integration and full expression in our physical reality and all relevant dimensions of our being, in all space and time. And so it is, and so it shall be. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So you can start to breathe in through the soles of your feet. Breathe the energy up through your body. Just breathe in and up, breathe in and up, breathe in and up. Let this be an expression that you radiate out to all your friends and family, to everyone you know. May they each be touched by an awakening that allows them to see differently beyond the constriction, the limitation. And with a smile in your heart, gently come back. Thanks for the love, Ashley. Alrighty, so come on back and tell me how you're feeling. Come on back and let me know if you got any distinct messages. We're each growing our seed self, our star seed self in our womb space, okay? We're each remembering our essence, our truth, who we really are. All the other stuff, conspiracy, alternate, mainstream narratives, just love them all up, okay? What's the highest good of all for this planet? That's all you need to give a monkey's about, okay? What's the highest good of me and the collective? That's all we need to care about. If we can open to that and we keep our attention there. You know, I'm looking at a vision board that I've had going for like, how old am I? 41? Probably since I was about 29, 28, maybe even longer. Most of it's come true already. Do you know what I mean? It's like, but it's all still energizing. Expect the best. I'm a receiver of my highest good. I'm worthy of the purest kind of love. I am safe. I used to look at that and think, when's that going to happen for me? It's my truth. I love looking at it and energizing it every time I do yoga. Okay. I'm going to catch up with this later in full. No worries, sweetheart. There's loads of talking at the start. Apologies for that. But I think it's useful information. And you got proper giggles and excitement. Great, Katie. Beautiful colors, energy, ideas, new faces, buildings. Yeah, we are creating this. That was so powerful. There were a few moments where I couldn't help but smile so joyfully. So many colors were coming through. Yeah. Okay, so folks, if you need crystals, let me know. I have beautiful, ethically sourced crystals that I can create crystal grids for you and bring them to you. Cacao, oracle healing cards. This woman is phenomenal, Leslie. This is the lovely lady, sparkly lady. I don't know if we can actually, you can buy them through my website. Okay, you can buy cacao through my website. You can buy the cards through my website. I'm not sure if the post is working at the moment, but hopefully it is. It should all be back in action. Feeling vibrant with energy. There was much smiles inside of me and I saw lots of wilderness and forests and meadows. Yeah, so listen, I've really noticed that's awesome that when I do these meditations, I talk quite quickly and I'm doing my best to slow it down, but the energies that come through are really fast. So I will be creating something I've been promising for a long time, which is the Rainbow Flame Meditation Activation as an audio. And I will intend that to be what reconnects us with this meditation. But if any of you like to listen to meditation when you go to sleep, you can always record the last bit of this video onto your phone, and then you can listen to it when you go to sleep or when you wake up in the morning. Okay, so I think I'm going to leave that there. I've got a meeting in 20 minutes I need to be ready for, but I send you so much love. So if you're enjoying this, then please subscribe, share with your friends, hit notifications. We have an intention to grow a 1 million strong tribe. Do you know, in the last month, we've had 62 subscribers, which in a whole year, I had 69 subscribers 2 years ago. So it's a big thing. All right. We're growing. So thank you so much for your willingness to share this with others. I want to honor Susanna, amazing teacher of mine, Brenda, amazing coach of mine. And I really do love Sarah Verber, and I love Magenta Pixie, and also Jessica Del Mar. Like, these are amazing teachers. We will all be doing something together. I promise you that. We're co-creating it. And what else was I going to say with that? Oh, Leslie, obviously I've mentioned. Any of you interested in my Fearless Empowered and Free to Be Me group coaching or one-to-one, we've filled up the whole course in 2 weeks. I've actually had to do no advertising. Next lot, like, I just graduated with some people this week, and next week we're starting a new group. But I've got an intention to start another group as well if there are more people that would like to learn how to live as divine humans in their physical selves, and how to utilize the tools you're learning here, but actually do the deeper work to mean that you really, really anchor it. My passion for freeing people from the limitation of lack is like essential, because I've been through the journey myself. You're so welcome, everyone. Oh, Susie, it's great to see you as well. So much love to you all. Please subscribe to RozyGlow.com if you haven't already. The Star Salutation Prosperity Practice is your absolute gateway to starting to create wealth and love and vibrant health in your body and your mind and your life. Again, I'm testimony to it. And I'll put some links at the end of in the text box here relating to the world, a different creation story you might be interested in, and Jessica's link, so that you can actually find her videos that I'm talking about, and anything else I think about in the meantime. Augustine and Steph. So Augustine does multidimensional tarot readings. He's part of the RozyGlow tribe, and Steph does multidimensional crystal healings, and they're virtual, they're online. Okay, anyone here that's doing stuff with me that's done RozyGlow, they're phenomenal. They understand the depth of this work. So if you get excited, come join the party. I send you loads of love. Take care now. Bye.